So I introduced myself in Korean, but right now I'm serving, I myself is a former parliamentarian in Korea. I served in Korean Parliament from 2012 to 2016. We call the 19th Assembly in South Korea. I represent, or I'm part of a conservative party in Korea. Recently we had a very, very bad result in Korea. Our conservative party had a landslide loss in April. And I'm actually very interested to hear from Kun Pita how he was so successful running an amazing campaign and resulting in such a great success in Thailand. But let me finish there and let's ask questions. Kun Pita,
sure.
Welcome to Korea.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure to come back to South Korea.
So how many times have you been to Korea?
Twice this year.
Okay.
So I've been asked to speak at a university, a Korea university once when it comes to political science and campaign management. And this time I'm returning for ALC. So it's a good opportunity to be back.
Oh, I'm sure those students...
Weather is a bit different, but it's always warm and welcome when I return to South Korea.
I'm sure those students were excited to see you when you were at the Korea University.
Korea University.
Right. By the way, to let everyone know, this show or this session is being streamed live in 조선일보's website. So I'm sure your 12 million followers, I heard, right? Your 12 million followers in Thailand might be watching this.
That's the social media followers.
Well, followers of followers.
Combine of like Twitter and X and Instagram and Facebook, but there's probably some repetition across platforms, so I'm not going to boast on that.
Well, I'm sure your popularity actually is beyond 12 million.
It's really about the engagement, not the numbers.
Okay. Well, but numbers speaks a lot. I mean, the vote that your party received when you were running a campaign,
yes,
that was something no one expected, isn't it?
I'm not sure about others, but I can speak for myself and my leadership team that we expected the result. The campaign that we ran, we call it precision politics, in the sense that we look at a couple of factors. We call it 4C framework. Let's start with that so that we get the conversation going with the parliamentarians here or the politicians that is listening from all around the world. We have 4C framework, and that's called, that starts with the candidate itself in each district. The second C is competitors. The third C is the count,
right,
and the fourth C is the constituencies.
Right.
So the candidate is strong or not strong. The competitor is, what's the weak point, and count is to look at the previous historical results in the past in each district, and candidacy, whether what keeps them awake at night. How old they are they over 40 or under 40, and things like that. So when you combine all that out of the entire political canvas, we can be very precise in the way we run the campaign. And the last time I said out loud in a public media, I said my target was 160 just a week before last year's election. I said the expectation or the target was 160. And we got 151.
And that's out of 500 seats.
That's out of 400 seats.
400 seats, sorry.
Because there's party list of 100, and there's a district MP of 400. So out of that 400, I wanted 160 combined from these 4C factors. Like I used, whether the candidate is strong, whether the candidate is dominant, whether the competitor is not so strong and weak, whether the count in the previous historical elections we've been growing, and then we look at the constituencies. And we asked, what keeps them awake at night? Right. And then when I put all these criteria together, then I get 160, target quick wins that I know out of that 400 from that framework of thinking, and also all my resources, all my time, all my policies, all my platform are focused, prioritized on those things. So that's why when nobody might not expect the result of a 3-year-old party and a rookie leader like me leading a political campaign 9 years after a military coup in Thailand, that we'll be able to disrupt Thai politics. But it's not by chance. It's really by the hard work and management and data-driven, as well as the will of the people of Thailand, that they are fed up with the previous or the old regime of ways of running things, especially after the military coup that happened yesterday, 10 years ago.
Yesterday, 10 years ago.
That's when
10th anniversary of last coup.
Of the most recent coup. I don't want to use the word last.
Okay, most recent one. So there's to
always,
be more.
In Thailand, there's always probability of, military intervention. But, 10 years have passed. 1 year ago, people of Thailand have spoken that they wanted a new narrative, a new change, a new consensus. And so because of that, the mismanagement of the economy and things like that, and they felt like, election is a way of expressing the way I want in the country. And so those factors combined of our efficiency and effectiveness in our campaign management, and also the will of the people of Thailand. And that's why we got 14 million votes, or about 40% of the votes, and also the districts combined to be the largest political party in Thailand so far.
So I made a mistake by saying 12 million. It's actually 14 million.
It's 14 million, yes.
Well,